Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn how to cut 8 pieces skirts or 8 pieces slits. This one we are going to add both zip and rope to it. Hope you get it, both zip and rope to it. The first thing you have to do is, because it's 8 pieces, you will take your largest part of the measurement, that is your hip area, and then you divide it by 8. Do you get it? And so the hip we are using is 46. When you divide it by 8, it's going to be 5.75. And so I'll run it to 6. So I'll run it to 6. And then when I run it to 6, that 6 we are going to divide it into 2. And that's going to give us what? 3. So I've folded this part of the fabric for one piece of the 8 pieces. And so the folding also depends on how much you want it to flow at the down, how much you want it to flow. And so I'll folded this into 8.5, almost 9 inches. So you fold it according to how much you want it to flow. Open up is going to be 17. Some people would want it to be 19. Some people will want it to be 20. Some people will want it to be more than that. So some also would want it to be less. They don't want too much fish or flare in it. And so you can fold it either 7 or 6. It all depends on you. Hope you get it. So this, I folded it 8.5 for one piece. Do you get it? For one piece. Okay. So after we have some dimensions or lines on it. The lines that we have in, this is from waist to hip. From waist to hip is 10. The actual is what? 9. I added 1 to it to make it 10 because of the rope we are going to add to it. Do you get it? Because of the rope. Now, if you are doing it in a skirt with band, then at the end of the day, you are going to deduct your band measurement from it. Do you get it? So it may be your band is 2 inches. Then instead of marking 10, you are going to mark 8. Do you get it? Okay. Then we'll come to the knee side. You are going to measure from your waist to your knee. It's not going to be exactly on your knee. It's going to be 2 inches or 3 inches above your knee. And this, I have 20. I actually want 19. So I've added 1 to it to get 20. Okay. The one is for the folding on top. So from there, you are going to measure the length of the skirt or the length of your slit. Now, the length of this is 41. Now, 41, I've added 2 to it. One is for folding on top, and then the other one is sewing allowance. And so it's 43. So you rule all the lines. Do you get it? Okay. So we are going to place our measurements on it. We'll come to the hip side. Now, as I said, 46 divided by 8 is going to be 5.7 something. And so I've run it to 6. And so if I've run it to 6, because I've folded this into 2 for 1, the 6, I'm going to divide it into 2, and that's going to be 3. So it means I'll place 3 here at the hip line. But I'm not going to place exactly 3. I will need sewing allowance. And so instead of 3, you can place half. If you want exactly that measurement, you can place half. But I'm going to place 1 and make it 4. Do you get it? And make it 4. You can decide to bring exactly what we have at the hip line to the waistline, which I'm going to do exactly the same. But if you know you are not going to add rope to it and you are going to use only zip, then make sure you measure your waist divided by 8. Then you add the sewing allowance to 8. Do you get it? And so we'll place the same 4 inches also here. Okay, then we'll come to the knee side. The knee side depends on how free you want that place to be. So you can place your tape measure around there and try and walk in, and the measurement you get, you use it. But I'm just going to deduct 1 inch from the hip and then use it here. You can also deduct just ½ inch and use it, and it will be okay. But I'm going to use 3 inches here. Then from here, we are going to join straight to the down here. Do you get it? So we'll use our long ruler and then join it straight to the down. Okay, so after joining, the next thing is we'll come to the hip and the knee side. You can use a straight ruler to join it, but I'm going to use my curve to curve it this way. And then I'm going to join it to straight to the waistline, and I'm going to use straight ruler. I'm going to use straight ruler to do that. Okay, so this is the top you can see, and so this is, so we're going to cut this, and this is going to serve as templates. Now if you like, at the down here, you can decide to come up by 2 inches this way or 1.5 this way, and then use your curve to curve it to join it to the down this way. You can have it this way, you get it, or you can also cut it straight. I'm going to cut it straight this way. Okay, so let's cut it. We have this, which means at the end of the day we are going to get 8 of this. Hope you get it, 8 of this. So we will use this one as template to cut for the rest. We are going to have zip allowance. We are going to cut 5 to this to make it 6, and then we'll determine our zip allowance with the extra 2. Okay, so this is it. I've placed it on it. I've folded this into 2 and place this on it. Okay, so I realized that I have enough here. I wouldn't want to waste fabric, so I'm going to take it to be equal with this. Okay, so I'm done cutting for 6 pieces, so we are left with 2. 2 is what you're going to add as zip allowance to it. Hope you get it. Okay, the last 2, because I'm going to add zip allowance to it, I've opened up, so 1 on top, 1 down, and so I've calculated it exactly like how much I want it to flow at the down with some allowance. So I have 18.5 here. Do you get it? 18.5, at least 1.5 for sewing allowance, or you can even add 1 inch and it will still be okay. So what I'll do is I'll pick one of these and then place it on top, and it's going to be exactly here at the edge here, and then spread it out very well. I'm going to pin it. I'm going to add from here, you can add 1 inch or 1.5. So I'm going to add 1 inch because already, you know, when we're doing the calculation, I added extra 1 to it. So I'm going to add just 1 inch for the zip allowance. So I'll add 1 inch all through. Now you can add a zip allowance up to the knee side. Then when you get to the knee side, you stop and you leave it like that. You join it this way, or you can also add it straight to the down. I'm going to trace this out. So we have our zip allowance here. Do you get it? As I said, you can add it up to the knee side, and then you cut this off, or you add it to all. And so this is our zip allowance. So let's take this one off. So this, it is good you hold them with pins so that you don't confuse yourself. So when you open up, this is what you have. You see, when you open up, this is it. for your back. And so you're going to add zip here. Do you get it? Okay, so we are going to get 4 for back and then 4 for front. Okay, so I'm going to put these 2 aside and we are going to work on the others. So I've taken 2 for the front middle. So these 2 are going to serve for the front middle. And what we are going to do is we are going to take this curve in and make it straight to the knee side, and so straight for this side also. And so if it's 6 pieces, you are going to make just 1 place, but because it's 8 pieces, you need to make both places. You get it? So what we'll do is we'll take 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here, and then we'll come here to take same 1/2 inch, or maybe not up to 1/2 inch, it's okay. And we are going to place this straight ruler to the knee side here. Okay, so we are going to place it here and we are going to draw to take this. It helps to get rid of folds in front of the dress. When you wear the slit or the skirt, the middle becomes flat, no folding there. Do you get it? So we'll take this one out, then we'll bring it here. We are going to take the same thing out. Okay, so we are going to get this off. Okay, so we have the middle here to be straight. Now, taking this alone isn't enough. We are going to take 2 for the front again. So it means the front we have 4. 2, and then we are going to shape the sides that are going to meet with this. Do you get it? So this is going to be like this. Let me show you something. This is going to be like this way. So the middle is going to be together this way, straight. Then side there, one fabric is going to be here, and then another fabric is also going to be here. And so when we take these 2, we can bring here. So it means this side is going to be for this, and then this one will come here. The side here will come here. So we are going to take this side also and make this side straight, just as we made this one. Okay, so this is going to be just this side. Do you get it? I'll not mark any 1/2 inch. I'll just place it here this way. And then mark it out straight. Do you get it? This was big. Okay, so let me come here. Please, so don't follow this example. Make sure you mark your 1/2 inch. So we don't want to take too much. Okay, so I'm going to take this also off. Okay, so we have taken the curved edge from there, so we have this to be straight. Now this is going to be the side, the hip side, so we are going to shape this. Just place 1 inch here, 1 inch here. Okay, and then we'll come to the knee side. We'll come to the knee side and we are going to take 1 inch from the knee side. So I'll place it here and mark my 20. This is my 20. Okay, and on this side, I'm going to come in also by 1 inch. 1 inch. You get it? Okay. For the hip area, we are going to maintain it the same. That's 10 inches. So it's going to be the same. And then we'll curve it to get our shape. Okay, so the next thing I'll do is I'm going to join this to this, and I'm going to mark it out this way, curve it to get this, you see. Okay, and then I'm going to mark it straight, you see, to the down side, so that I can get my shape. Okay, so you see, you can see the shape very well. And so we came here by 1 inch. You can decide to do it more, since we are going to add zip to it. Instead of 1, we can decide to make it 1.5. Do you get it? 1.5. But at the end of the day, we are going to, because at the end of the day we are going to add zip to it, so it will still be okay. My client, the waist is 30, so it will be okay this way. Okay, so the next thing to do is to pick these two. So the next thing is to pick these two. These two are going to be for the back, that is the sides of the back. So I'm going to place this down this way, and I'm going to place this on top. So place this on top and then pin it. As for the back, you don't have to worry about this. You just have to leave it, because the buttocks will occupy these curves. So there will be no foldings there, but the front, you will need to shape it. So we are going to shape this out for the side. Okay. Now, this is what I didn't tell you. Each of the fabric, these two, I make sure placing it on top, right side is meeting right side. That is how I did it. Right side is meeting right side. So when I open it, this is going to go to one side. This is going to go to one side. It will not affect the arrangement at all. So when you are placing, make sure you place it that way, right side facing right side, so that at the end of the day, you don't end up cutting the same thing for right or the same thing for left. Hope you get it. Okay. And so make sure you are not confused. So this one is for the front, and this one is for the back. It's for the back middle. This is where the zip allowance are, you see. So we are going to add it to it so that we don't get confused. So this is it. And then this one, or these two, are also for the front parts. Do you get it? They are also for the front part. So this is for the front. So we have this for the front and this for the back. You don't have to confuse it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this on a lining, cut lining for all, and then we'll continue. Okay guys, so I've cut lining for each, and I've attached the lining to each of it. So I just did the attachment from the down, and after joining, I also gave it a top stitch. Do you get it? So just place the fabric, the pattern on the lining, and cut for each, and then attach it from the down. Now when it comes to where the zip allowance is, after attaching it from the down, I also join it at the zip allowance area. That is the back. Do you get it? And so that's how you're supposed to do it. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to join it together. We'll join back alone, then after we'll join front also. Okay, so let me put the front aside. This is for the middle. That's where the zip allowance is. So you just have to open up this way. This is it. You see, these two are in the middle, and so you pick the side ones. So you see that this is where the hip line is. Okay, so it means this is going to the side, so this here will come to join with this so that it will be equal. So when you open up, it's going to be like this. Okay, and then one also will come here and join with this. You're going to sew on a 1/2 inch all through. Then make sure you arrange it very well. All through, sew on a 1/2 inch all through to the down here. You see, to the down all through. Same with this one also. And then this is for the fronts, or these are for the fronts. And so that one too, we are going to pick. These two are for the sides, and so what you have to do is just open up this way. When you open up, this is the hip side, this is the hip side, so this one will go this way, you see. Then you pick each of the middle and join it to it. So you join this one to it this way. This way. You see. Making sure that you have to make sure that the edges are meeting equal the fabric. As for the excess lining, after we'll cut it. Okay, then you join it this way. You pick this one also and you join it this way, same. You see, so we'll sew here, we'll sew here. You will sew all on a 1/2 inch. Do you get it? Okay, so you will join it straight to the down part here, the down part straight. Okay, after you open up both this way, you see, you open up this way, then you place this one also on top. The middle, you are going to join the middle together, you see, and then we are going to join it together this way. Also to the down, straight to the down. I'll do the front and the back, then we'll continue. Okay guys, so I'm done joining both front and back. So this is the back, you see, this is the back. And this is the front. See, so here is it. You see. So what we are going to do is I'm going to place my measurements on the front pattern. Okay, so we are going to make the waist. The actual waist is 36. But I am going to make this 38. Just 2 inches added, so 19. I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, so I have 7, making 3.5 also. Okay, then I'll come to the hip side. The hip is 46, so 46 I'm going to, yeah, so 46 is going to be 23, so I have 1 2 3.5, so I'm going to make it 1.75. Yeah. Okay, so I'll come to the knee side. Yes, I have in all 22. I'm going to make it 19. So 19 making 38. You see, 1 2 3, so I have 3 inches, so 1.5 on each side. Now the knee side, what you have to do is you will take your tape measure around that place and work in it how you feel comfortable, then you will use that. Then when I come to the down part here, I'm going to make it 1 inch. 1 inch to the knee side. I'm going to go in this way to the hip, from the knee side to the hip, and then from this side to the waist. Now if you are not adding zip to it, make sure that the hip measurement, you take the same thing to the waist, because you are not adding zip. The only thing you are using is rope. So make sure the hip measurement, you take it straight to the waist, then it will be straight. Do you get it? Or you can reduce 1 inch from the hip measurement or 2 inches from the hip measurement, then you take it to the waist and it will be okay. But this, I'm going to add a zip to it. That is why I've made it so. Do you get it? Okay, so I'm done joining the points. So what I will do is just pick the front, turn it this way, and then I'll pick the back also. Then I'll pick the back and join it together. You see, and then sew on it, but I will sew from the down so that I'll get everything equal. So from the down this way, I'll place it on it, and then sew from the down straight to the upper parts, and then do the same thing for the other side. Do you get it? So after the back here, I'm going to measure where I want my zip to be. This is the zip allowance we have. That is why when I was cutting, I didn't add much. I just added 1 because I know, because we are not going to sew this part there will be allowance that will be added to the zip allowance. Okay, so what I have here is like 2.5. So where I want my zip to be, I'm going to measure 10 inches or 11 inches. Yes, the hip actually is 9 plus 1 is going to be 10. The plus 1 is for folding on top. Do you get it? But because I want it to be, the zip to be a bit lower, 1 inch lower than the hip line, that is why I made it 11. And so when I fold 1 inch, is going to be, the zip is going to be at 10. Do you get it? And so 2.5 will bring the same thing here, but bear in mind here goes out, here comes in a bit, so I'm not going to make it exactly 2.5. I'm making it 2 inches. Do you get it? So from the down here at the back, I'm going to measure 1.5. 1.5 from here, 1.5, and I'm going to join it straight to this. I'm going to join it to this, and so I'll come here also, the knee side, and I'm going to measure the 19 I did for the front. So 19, the 19 that I did for the front, if you divide it into 2, it's going to be 9.5. So 9.5, this is, if I place it here, this is where 9.5 is. And so I have 1 2 3, so 1.5 will be here for the zip allowance side, and then another 1.5 will be here. Yes, so that is how it's going to be. And so I'm going to take it straight this way, You see, this way. Okay, so I'm going to sew from the down here straight to this point. You see, straight to here. When I get here, then I'll stop. I'll stop because that's where I'm going to attach my zip. Then I'll fold the zip line and get an iron on top very well and get the line out. Okay, so I'll do all that, join the front and back together, then we'll continue. Okay guys, so here is it. I'm done joining everything, and so the next thing to do is to add our zip and our rope to it. So this is the zip you're going to use, and these are the ropes. I have 2, so you can get the length as long as you want. Don't let it be too short. You can measure your waist and then add about 10 inches to it, and then divide it into 2. Okay, so before you add the rope, you first add the zip. And so I'm using a secret zip for this. And so you just open it, and then you're going to attach this one here. We'll sew on top. Just open up this way, place it there, and then we'll sew on top, making sure that we get to the edge here. Yes, so that's how you're going to sew it. Then after, the next thing that I will do is I'll fold the upper part. So I'll fold it by 1 inch this way. I have knit the edges, therefore there is no need folding it double this way. You get it? And so I'll just fold it this way. You see, this way. And then I'm going to sew on top. Then I'll place one of the rope in it this way. So this way, and then before I fold, I'll secure the rope here. I'll secure it and then fold on top this way. Okay. Then take it all around this way. So this is the middle. So when I get here, I'll stop here. There's the middle. Then I'm going to do the same thing for this side also. And so the same process. This way. Okay, so I'll sew up to this point and this point, secure it well here, and then we'll leave it like that. And so that's how it's going to be. I'll do that and then I'll show you the end result. Now you can also choose to place the rope inside here, inside like this, secure it and then fold on top. Do you get it? You can also do it that way. Guys, so this is it. We are done. Yes, so this is it. This is the zip side, you see, and the rope. And so with this method, you are not going to get the waist very bulky. So this is it. So you will just pull and then tie it, you see. And this is the down part. I'm going to put this on the mannequin for you to see it very well, you see. Yes. Thanks so much for watching. If you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing, like and share this video. Bye bye.